certain names reflect their glory. We all know Steve Jobs, Beethoven, Walt Disney, right? Their glory, they made their glory because they understand one thing, and they built after it the things that they can achieve their goals. They understand how they found themselves. It's a hard step if you never felt that you are connected to yourself, or you didn't know what the purpose in your life. Madam Toastmaster, dear fellows, distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
I found that finding myself is a very good thing for me. I learned a lot of this journey. It's like enlightening journey. I don't call it destination because it's a journey that it's a lifetime process. In finding myself, I use some steps that I want to share with you. The first one is I put to your life timeline. Timeline, we all know that you put the goals that you want to achieve in the future, that you find it good for your future and the way you want to look after a couple of years. But in return, get back in that and look to the previous events that have happened to you, and you know that these events have changed your life. Sometimes you will remember negative or bad experiences, but this is part of yourself, because if you weren't with these experiences, you won't be the same person who's here now. The second thing is immerse yourself in solitude. It's important to be away from the noise, the media, and anything distracts you from being yourself, because you have to get this time for yourself. When you think about yourself, you have to ask questions like, who am I? Do I describe myself as motivated or loving or lazy or whatever you describe yourself? You have to focus on what you are exactly, not what you ought to be. Because accepting yourself as the way you are is the foundation of being yourself. The third thing is go for activities like pick up the oil colors and draw your paintings. Just do it. And regardless if it was awful or good painting, hang it out. This is you as an artist. Or if you like to write, just write your story. As simple as this. Write it, print it, put a cover, and then put it in the shelf of your book. This is you as a writer. The more experiences, the more knowledge you know about yourself. You will put like a Google search here. I want to be happy. Click, 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 click. And this, you will find what makes you happy. It's that easy once you practice and practice. The fourth thing is try to serve others. Serving others is very important, because when you serve others, you gain the benefit. Sometimes they advise you, or sometimes if you serve poor people, you will see what makes them happy, or you will see that their point of view, and this point of view might change your life. Another thing is face the dead ends. Unfortunately, there is a dead end for everything. And sometimes we feel sad, and sometimes we feel frustrated and angry. But this is part of the pleasure. It is part of the pleasure. Because if you commit yourself to stand up and go and face your fears, this will give you the courage and the power to move from problem to another, to the pleasure to another. Just experience this. These were my steps. you can add, you can remove any step you want. Because this is my formula. There is a pen and a paper in front of each other, in front of each one of you. You can write your story, because this is your story. And no one will write your story but you. And you have to know one thing. One thing is very important, is if you didn't find yourself, nobody will do. Madam Toastmaster, thank you.